Guten Tag, guys, and welcome to the next trainings vlogs. Today we have 3 days because for the 9th and 10th training session in this trainings vlogs, I somehow lost most of the footage. I have a bit of footage because at this point I had my new phone already, as you can see over here, checking out my new phone. So I filmed a bit of the stuff twice. Here you can see an 81 kilo snatch. That was a PR, and on this day I primarily only did snatches. So yeah, got a 1 kilo PR on a day I wasn't even supposed to PR, and then the next day was the PR day, or the planned PR day, for snatches as well as for clean and jerks. Kind of sad that I lost most of the footage, but here you can see my first attempt at 85 kilos. Kind of struggling a bit to get myself mentally ready, and then here we have it, looks okay, but turns out no. And the bar kind of rolled me over almost. And then I think I went back down to 80 kilos or something like that. And yeah, worked my way back up, maybe even 75. I'm not quite sure. As I said, I lost the footage and I'm not gonna check out the log now. But yeah, tried 85 kilos again. Yeah, sometimes snatching the mental thing is the most difficult. And yeah, couldn't get myself to get under the bar because I was somehow scared. And being scared when you're snatching is definitely not a very productive way. And third time, yeah, not managing it. So I thought, okay, it's not going to happen today. And then I went on to clean and jerks. One thing I kind of missing clean here. One thing I kind of messed up with the snatches here is I didn't really warm up as much as I usually would. Normally I would do muscle snatches for at least 3 sets, and I think here I did 1 set of muscle snatches only. So yeah, maybe that's why the snatches didn't went that great. And now I'm going for 108 kilos for a second time on the clean and jerk, which is a 3 kilo personal best. And here I managed to clean. Because I know I wanted it to be a PR session, I kind of I drank more coffee, injected more caffeine than usually. And I think for the clean and jerks, this helps as it is kind of a raw strength movement. Not really, but closer than a snatch. And with the snatch, it's really more about technique and feeling it, let's just say. So maybe the caffeine didn't really help on the snatches as much as on the clean and jerks. Because even though I missed the first clean and jerk, I was kind of, confident I would make it in the end. And I did. And yeah, then this is the next day, which is upper body and a bit of snatching. From here on out, I wasn't really sure how I wanted my training to go on for the next few weeks because the PR session went kind of shittily. And so I decided just to keep it somewhat upper body and snatches, but switch out a few things, do a bit different stuff. And yeah, now when I'm recording this, I think it's about a week after the training session, and my training is still it's not all over the place, but it's not meticulously planned out as it usually would be. And so here I started just with overhead presses with a bit wider grip than usually, I think, and with pull-ups with straps. Both these felt kind of fine. As I didn't have a stand for my phone yet, the recordings of the phone are all in high format, I think it's called in English. Yeah. Here we move on to muscle snatches. Like I said, really need them now to have a good snatch session, because otherwise, I don't know, I'm not warmed up enough and my pull is not as straight as it should be. So definitely we'll keep in muscle snatches before the snatches for quite a long time. And yeah, this day after the muscle snatches, I didn't do normal snatching, but I decided to try some no-foot snatches. As you might already know, when you checked out some of the other trainings vlogs, I have the tendency to jump a bit forward and to the right. And so I thought, what can I do to eliminate the jump? And no-foot snatching is a good option. And just if you don't know what no-foot snatches are, no-foot is basically you don't jump. Jump is not really a good word for it, but usually in the snatch, your feet leave the floor for a short while and you kind of push them out a bit and catch the bar with a somewhat wider stance. And with the no foot snatch, you basically just lift your heel up very shortly, but the main foot stays planted the whole time, which means you most of the time lose a bit of power, but your stance also stays the same, which kind of means that the bar needs to be pulled very straight, because as you can't jump forwards or backwards if the pull of the bar is not straight enough, you can't catch the snatch unless you walk it out, of course. And yeah, as you can see here, no foot snatches, and these felt okay. First time doing them really, and 60 kilos was light enough where I felt that every rep was guaranteed, but it's also heavy enough that you still need to be. I can't do anything. I can't just do whatever. If I would have used 40 kilos like with the muscle snatches, then you kind of almost can't mess it up. But with 60 kilos, the chance of messing up if you concentrate is almost zero. But if you're not concentrated, I feel like you could mess it up. So it seemed like a good weight. And definitely the no foot snatches were a fine addition, especially as I didn't know what I wanted to do in the next few weeks of training. And I wanted to snatch, but the last snatch session, as you just saw before, was kind of disastrous. And I legit was a bit afraid of getting under heavier weights. So using lighter weights is a good option. Yeah, let's talk a bit about the next video once again. As I said in the last training vlog, I recorded that one before the video went up, so I had no idea. Now the video was up for like 3 days or 4 days, something like that. And it got, now I think, not quite 150 views, which is not as much as I hoped it would be, but it's fine. And one thing that's kind of still makes me feel positive about it is that it's still getting views. Most of the time, YouTube videos get like the most views in like, for me at least, in like the first day or maybe the first 2 days, and then the views trickle off quite fast. But the next video got like, I think, 20 in the first day, then we were at 50 the second day, and now we're up to 140. So it's still trickling in views, which is great. I also changed out the thumbnail after like day 2, after like day 2 or day 3, something like that. And that also helped a bit. So yeah, let's hope that the views will go up and up and up. I think I'm also gonna link it in most of the training vlogs for now, because I wanted to get more views, because it was a shit ton of work. And so I feel like it would be great if it gets a bit more views and a bit more recognition, although I'm not sure if that's the right word. Anyways, here now we have bench press and row. And as you can see here, I do it in a superset, and I just put the bench away and then take the bar out of the rack right away. Usually if I would do this in a fixed setup, so where the bench and the rack are put together, I would just stand over the bench, so with the bench between my feet, walk the bar out, lay it at the end of the bench, then set up for the row, and basically walk it out of the bench. But yeah, 80 kilos for, I think, sets of 6. Definitely heavier than I have gone with the bench press in probably a few months. 80 kilos is still not that heavy. As you see, the sets of 6 are quite easy. And here you can see why I didn't include more of the accessories, because the setup of the camera was absolutely horrendous. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, you are very welcome to leave some criticism down in the comments below. Das war's, Thanks for watching.